Hello, I'm John Kreidler. Welcome to This Week in the Markets. The market this week was tending with three major factors: the election, corporate earnings, as well as the Federal Reserve and speakers talking about the trajectory of rate cuts going forward. Governor Wall of the Federal Reserve talked about the idea that the Fed may skip a meeting or two, waiting to see if the economy reaccelerates, and certainly for the market not to expect 50 basis point cuts both in November and December. This all remains to be seen. Inflation came down, and the employment picture looks robust. Therefore, the Federal Reserve might be able to take time in terms of lowering rates. It remains to be seen if corporate earnings can stay robust as well. The big banks have announced, and they did quite well, as well as some large pharmaceutical companies. Next week will bring in industrial and defense and aerospace contractors. I'm John Kreidler. This was This Week in the Markets. Have a great week.